Hi everyone. In this example, we'll be looking at straight lines and angles on the SAT Math section. This is question number 20 from the No Calc section of official practice test number 5. This question says intersecting lines R, S, and T are shown below. What is the value of X? So two important things to keep in mind whenever you have like a geometry problem on the SAT Math section are number one, straight lines are always going to add up to 180 degrees. So if I have a straight line and it's split up into a bunch of angles, all of those subangles are going to add up to 180 degrees. The second important thing to remember is that vertical angles are congruent. So vertical angles are angles that are opposite of each other. So if you look at this picture I drew below, the two angles highlighted in red are both vertical angles, which means that they're going to be equal in their measure. And the two orange angles are also vertical angles, so they'll also be equal in their measure. So let's use this information to help us with this problem. So it's asking us what is the value of X. So first, let's start off with line S. As you can see, it's been split into two angles. It's already shown us that one angle is 106 degrees. So as I mentioned above, straight angles are 180 degrees. So let's try to find this angle right here. We know that it's going to have to add up to 180. So this angle is going to be equal to 180 minus 170, or minus 106, my bad. And that is going to be equal to 174, or just 74. So we now know that this angle right here is 74 degrees. Now another thing to remember is that all triangles are going to add up to 180 degrees. That's just one of the common principles for any triangle. So if we look at this triangle that I'm going to highlight in red right here, we now have two of the three angles of this triangle. We know that one angle is 74 degrees and we know that one angle is 23 degrees, which means that this angle right here is going to be 180 minus 23 minus 74, which if we do the math on that is going to ultimately equal 83. So we now know that this angle right here is 83 degrees. So now the final step for us to solve this problem is to recognize this final straight line here, which is line R. So we can see here that at this point right here, it's been cut into two parts. We now know one part is 83 degrees, and as I mentioned below, all straight lines are 180 degrees. This means that we can use this information to solve for x. So x has to be 180 minus 83, and that is equal to 97, which means that angle x is 97 degrees, and that makes it the correct answer.